promised, I am going to create a quick video that will walk through the process of creating a campaign for Facebook and or Instagram in KWCommand. So I'm going to go over to my menu and click on campaigns to get started. And my first step is to go up and to create a new campaign. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a social ad. And the next step that will happen for you when you're doing this process is to go in and actually enter a campaign name. So my campaign name is going to be PSI Study Group 12820. And my goal is my next step. So for you, you probably will use attract talent less for your goal on these ads that you're running. You're probably going to advertise listings or attract listings or buyers. So for me, I'm going to be using attract talent more regularly for what I'm doing for the Market Center. So attract talent is my goal. I'm going to be using Facebook and Instagram for this particular ad. So I'm going to go ahead and click Set Up Campaign to get started. So when I come in, the first thing it's going to show me is on the left-hand side all of the things that I need to fill out in order to create the content on the right-hand side. For you guys, you probably may be using listings as the ad piece for many of the ads that you're doing. So you can actually click add a listing and it's going to slide this out. If I go to all listings, because you can see I have no listings, it's going to show me the MLS and I'll be able to pick listings. So quick disclaimer on that, if you're going to advertise a listing, make sure it's a listing that you have listed yourself, unless you have prior authorization to advertise another listing. If you have questions in that regard, definitely reach out to Steven. He's going to be able to answer those for you. So I'm going to start this process with the ad text. So, excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and type in the text that I wanted to put in here. And then just give me 1 second and I'll fill that out. All right, so that's the information that I'm going to put in there. Sorry, I'm actually doing this in real time. I haven't planned exactly what I was going to say. So this is exactly what it would be like if you were going in and doing it. So the next thing is my headline, which is right here, the headline to tell what your advert is about. So I'm going to go ahead and put in here, free real estate exam study group. And then the next piece is this bottom bit that's going to kind of tell them what to do, kind of giving them a call to action for clicking the link. Click the link to register for this free event. So something very simple. So I'm going to go ahead and save the ad text. As you can see in real time, this is happening over here. The next piece is adding the media. So I'm going to configure the media. And the first thing that I'm going to do is select the media for this campaign. So I have gone before the video to create the media that I wanted in Designs. So this is my Facebook ad that I'm going to be using. So the picture's right there. The one thing I definitely want to show you is the text overlay checker. I don't actually have any text on mine, but if you did, you could click Add Text Overlay Checker, and it would open up and allow you to upload the photograph to tell you if it has too much text or not. So that's uploading. It's going to take it a second, and then in a minute it'll show me that my image text is okay because I do not actually have any image text. But it will give you some guidelines if your image text is too high. So there it is, image text, okay, your ad will run normally. So there's the picture. I'm going to hop back over here. That's just a little tool I wanted to show you. And there is a little bit of information on best practices for your images. So I'm going to preview and crop this image. So the image is actually perfectly fine as it is. I don't have to crop it in any way. But if you did, you could crop or tilt, rotate, tilt, whatever you need to do with the image. So I'm going to save the image, and then as you guys can see, I have a DBA logo that's showing up right here. That particular DBA logo is not going to look really great on here. So I'm actually going to hop over to my downloads really quick because I know that I have all of those. And I just want to go and get this one, and that's the one I want. I want to copy that and throw that on my desktop so it's a little bit easier for me to locate it here in a second. So I'm actually going to kill that out, and I'm going to drag and drop or browse. So I'm going to go to my desktop and get that logo, and it's going to process, and now you can see the logo on the photograph because it was a little bit too dark before with the other one with the black writing. And so from here, I can save this ad image. Also, in here, just so that you know, you can add video to these particular kinds of posts. So the next piece is the channel options. So this is where I'm going to actually configure Facebook and Instagram. So I'm going to configure this, and I've tied my personal account to this, and I'm going to actually use the Keller Williams Chattanooga page because this is for the Market Center. And I want it to be an Instagram ad, not an Instagram story for this particular one. So the next step is to go to the destination. So my destination, I really want to use the Facebook lead generation form so that it actually allows people to put in their information from Facebook. And then what I'm going to do is once they've done this, it's going to push them to a URL that I'm going to plug in here in just a second. So I'm going to use the Facebook lead generation form. You can also use a site or landing page. So that's definitely an option for you. But this would be my recommended form for this kind of ad. So call to action label, you can say learn more, sign up, apply now. I'm going to use sign up because my call to action is click to sign up. So we're going to use that. And then my follow-up URL is actually going to be our KW website for Chattanooga. So I'm just going to plug that in. So you could use any landing page or any URL that you wanted, your personal website, whatever that looks like. So the next piece is the ad targeting. So right now I have it set up for Chattanooga plus 20 miles. So if you wanted to customize those settings, you can either target your database or target a custom audience. So for the target my database, you would have to have 100 people that have the Facebook URLs added to their customer profiles in your CRM part right over here in contacts. You'd have to have their URL for Facebook entered into each of their contacts, and all those people would have to be tagged with the same tag. So maybe it's like neighborhood farm, and you have all those people's Facebook accounts inside of their contact record. So you could use that as a target in my database. For our purposes and most purposes, we're going to use a target custom audience. So I'm going to use Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm actually going to up this to 30 miles just so that we get a really strong radius on this. And I'm just going to tell you that the expert targeting is that the choices that you have are going to be very limited because of fair housing and equal opportunity for everyone to be able to see ads. So I just really think for me, my best practice has been not to add or change interest here. And I've had really good results with the ads that I've run and the ads that I've helped others run. So I would say that unless you have a specialized targeting that is working for you in other Facebook ads, I would just stick to basically doing the Chattanooga and the radius. Now, if your listing is Ringgold or other location that's further out, you may want to do that location plus the radius. You may not have to do 30 miles either because most of the time people want to stay pretty close to where they're at. But for my particular ad, it definitely needs to be a pretty broad base. So I'm going to save this so that I have all of that information there. So now my duration and budget is my final piece. So they're recommending a 10-day campaign with a budget of $1 per channel per day. So basically that is January 18th to January 28th. And the campaign budget is going to be At this particular, at $30, it's going to be $1.50 per day per channel, which is exactly really what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be at least the dollar, but not less than the dollar. So $30 total for $1.50 per day per channel. So it's a $3 a day spend for 10 days. So you can set this up any way you want. You can run it for 2 days for $20. You can change and pull these levers however you'd like to. You can distribute these evenly across the channels, and you can use automatic placements for Facebook or Instagram. So that means that Facebook is going to use their algorithm to intelligently spend your money based on audience and performance. So I like this option because if my ad is performing better on Instagram than it is on Facebook, I want it to go to Instagram more than it does Facebook. So I'm going to actually distribute evenly and use automatic placements, so that way the system will auto adjust it if it's performing in one particular location better than another. So I'm going to save that. So that is truly the process of walking through creating the ad. I'm actually going to go over here and publish this campaign. So when you're ready to publish, if you have a card on file, it's going to go ahead and pull it up. You can add a new one if you don't. I have a couple cards on file. I have my own and I have the office card. So I'm actually going to use the office card for this particular one, and I'm going to create the campaign. So it's going to process, and once it processes, it's going to take me back to the dashboard. So I'm going to let that process. So at this time, it's pending review. This could take a little bit of time for this to come from pending review to active. So once it's an active campaign, you'll be able to see it underneath your active campaigns, and you'll be able to see the impressions, the clicks, the different actions that are being taken on that particular ad. So I hope that that answers a lot of the questions that you've had. If you do have more questions, please feel free to reach out. I'd love to help you. Have an awesome day, guys.